Alright, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build this bamboo farm. It's super easy, super efficient, and it looks kind of cool as well. You guys can hear the mine carts already. So the way it works is using mine carts to collect the bamboo up from up top. And you can see it produces quite a bit of bamboo. That isn't even that long, it's only like an hour or two. And it's front side and the back side here. And you can see this is my survival world. Here's the back side as well. And I'm going to hop into creative mode here, and I'll show you guys how to, in my creative test world, and I'll show you guys how to build it. So welcome to our creative world. You can see I've actually replicated a similar model here in my creative test world. Same thing, two-sided. The only difference is this one doesn't have a roof on it yet. You can throw the roof on there, otherwise you'll get stuff like this. When the pistons break it, anything above the roof line gonna fall on top like that there. So it's just to kind of give you guys an idea. You can make it any height you want. But the reason you guys should make this farm is because it's an excellent source of fuel. You're not wasting your coal. You can use bamboo. You're going to get a ton of it in a very short amount of time. And then if you guys have a contraption like this, which would be a auto smelter. So I grabbed some, say we went mining, we got some gold ore, we got some iron ore. That's going to feed that into these blast furnaces here. And then in this back chest here, you would throw your fuel source. So in this case, we're going to use bamboo. Let's grab a little bit more because we're, like I said, with this contraption, we're going to have a ton of bamboo. You guys saw how much bamboo I had in that was just a couple hours worth of me screwing around my town here. Yeah, we'll throw all of our bamboo into this chest, and you can actually, if you put these two units very close together, so say this is right outside your house, and this is on like this end of this wall here, your auto smelter, you can actually run, oops, let's wait for the minecart so I don't break don't put your door on the mine track like I did. You can actually run these chests with hoppers directly into the back of this, so this always has fuel. And this is just going to sit here and burn up all of your stuff here and throw it down into this chest down here. Same thing with that. So it opted to do all of the gold first, and then it'll do the iron second. But this is a great way. You go mining, you throw all your stuff in there. You can do this with regular furnaces as well. But yeah, let's get on with it. Let's weather clear, because for some reason my test world loves to rain and thunderstorm. But yeah, I will show you guys how I like to build this. The first thing you're going to want to do is start off. You can put the mine carts. I would actually do it probably just on ground level. I'm in a super flat world, so this is only like 3 blocks deep, and you're going to want it a little bit deeper than that. You're going to want to be able to hide your minecart and your collection system underneath like I did over there. So I'm going to build up a little bit. You can do whichever you prefer. So we'll go 2 blocks up. And this is what I'm going to put my minecart on. For this here, on this specific one and the one in my regular world, I went 18 blocks across. That seemed to be a pretty good distance. So this middle observer, when it fires, will light up both sides, all the pistons, and not just some of them. We're going to go 18 blocks. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. And I will be right back when I am done with this, okay? Alright guys, so you guys can see there I got my little pad built up. You guys won't have to do this step like I said. You're going to want this basically underground or just 1 block down. Because I'm on the super flat, I've got to build it up. Easiest step here, what I like to do first is we're going to put our powered rails 3 on each end. You can see it's going to be 18 long and 5 wide. So put those 3 there. We're going to throw a lever on each side and turn our powered rails on. This is what's going to power our actual minecart here. And then we are going to run these all the way down the sides. And then in the middle here, we're going to break out 3 blocks. Then continue, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Those 3 blocks. Doesn't really matter where, just somewhere in the middle. I don't know if that's actually symmetrical. Looks like it's probably 1 block off. Like I said, should it really matter? And then what we're going to do is dig down 1 more block, and this is where I'm going to put my chests. We're going to pop those like that. We're going to put a hopper into the top of the chest here. And then on each side, we're going to go into the hoppers. That way they fill into those chests, just like that. Get out of here, Mr. Pig. Like that. Beautiful. And then we're going to continue those tracks, holding shift over the top. Otherwise, you're going to open your hopper, which you don't want to do. like that there. And then we'll get rid of our blast furnace. We don't need that anymore. That was just for an example. And we're going to throw our Minecraft cart with hopper right on top of this guy. Give it a little push. And now he's good to go. That is going to be our collection system. Super simple, not that hard. And then, so for example, this is going to be, for you guys, this should be all underground. Kind of like in this example, it's underground. You can't really see it. I did build this one up 1 block. This one I built up 2 blocks. So on top of this cart, what you're going to want to do, like I said, your guys is, you're not going to have to do this step. You're not going to have to place it above unless you're building it above ground like I am. Give this guy a little push again so he keeps going. There we go. And then, so this should be your ground level, right? We're gonna go right over top here. This is where your actual bamboo is gonna go on. Alright, so this is what it should look like for you. This part here is going to be all underground for you guys, and if you want, what I actually like to do is make a staircase going underneath the train tracks. That way you're not walking over the train tracks. And then this is going to be your actual, your ground floor. So wherever this is, whatever level it is, you're going to want a nice flat surface. So level out your world, whatever you want to do. Just get a nice flat area. You're making it above ground, you're going to want to fill it out kind of like this. And then over the train tracks, we're going to want to plant our bamboo all the way across, just like this. And then we're going to take a decorative block. We're going to see this block. It can be any block you want, doesn't matter. And we're going to go in the front side. Our bamboo's already growing here. And I'm going to go around the edge as well here, just to keep it looking pretty. Okay, just like that. Let's go backwards. Alright, fully around the edge there. And then we're going to go around down each side as well here. This block here is what our pistons are going to sit on to actually harvest the bamboo itself. So just like that, like I said, pistons are going to go next. Oops. Place those pistons on top of this block. You're going to want to make sure pistons are 1 block above the base. If you break that, no more bamboo is going to grow. Alright. You're going to want it 1 block above, and we're going to go down both sides. This is a little bit resource intensive. You could do it a little bit smaller, or if you want, you can do just one side until you get more resources. Then you can do the other side as well. Completely optional. But yeah, there's a lot of pistons, but pistons aren't too hard to make. Alright, beautiful. And then we're going to build up our walls a little bit again here. Up on both sides. Like so. And then down the middle as well here. And then what we're going to do here on top of this, we're going to grab our redstone dust, and we're just going to make a nice pretty little line all the way down. And then we're going to go up. You can do this any amount. On this one, went up 1, 2, looks like 2 blocks, and then observer. You can go up a little higher. You can see here, even though I've got an observer on like every 3rd block or so, every 4th block, I guess, some of these will still grow. Like some of these are going to grow a lot faster, and they're going to miss the observer. Actually, why didn't that one? That actually should have fired. I don't know. Fire. Good. Aha! That could be why. But yeah, some will grow faster than others. So the more observers you have, the easier it's going to be, the more efficient the machine is, because like I said, some will grow faster than others and it'll miss the observers and then it won't fire. So we'll go like 3 or 4 blocks. We can make this one a little bit taller, I guess. So we'll go up 5 blocks. Instead of 3, we'll go up 5. I'll be right back when this is done. Alright, so we got that filled out. You guys can see here. Get rid of that block, don't need that. And this is the level that we are going to put our observers on. So like I said, you can run this with like literally 1 observer, but the more observers you have, the more efficient it's going to be. So you can start out with one. I would start in like the middle or something. But you can put them literally wherever. You can put every single block as observers. I'm going to go like every other block on this one. We'll see if it's a little bit more efficient. Keep in mind this is an even number of blocks. So it's going to be like one off. So if you want to make it one block longer to make it more efficient, that one's actually not even in front of a thing. That one is. So yeah, that's kind of up to you guys. Then we'll go same thing on this side. So we'll do it from the opposite side. Just put it on every other block. So you guys can see this is actually even more than my other build. Because on this one I did every 4 blocks. So just, you know, like just to prove that you can do it however you guys want. At this point I like to throw in the glowstone. The glowstone is optional. You don't need the glowstone. I just think it looks a little bit better. Gives your creation some light. I think is cool. All 3 sides, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Maybe we'll just delete this. Yeah, so you guys can kind of play with that. I'd probably just make it 1 block longer in hindsight. This side, yeah, this one I off, so I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then 3. So it actually looks symmetrical. So whatever you guys prefer. If you guys are more OCD than me, that's cool. Now to connect this all up. So we got the bottom part there. Those are all firing the pistons. So what we need to do is get an observer, and we're going to run an observer all the way down. You're going to want to place the vertical tower of observers in the middle somewhere. And the reason for that is no matter which observer fires, so if that observer down there fires and your observer chain, your vertical chain is all the way down here, that redstone isn't going to reach all the way down there. So put it in the middle somewhere. And you're going to want it facing up. So we need to come from the bottom here. Go like that, and then like that. And then we need one more. This is the tricky one. Might have to break a block to get it in there. So you can do like that. Down. And now we're really out of luck because I'm underneath the mine track. That. And then on all these faces, we are going to launch a redstone dust. That might not actually even work. Okay, so you got to make sure you go. The issue I just realized is we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we're going every other block, this bottom observer needs to be up 1 more. So the problem with that is we're going to be 1 block above. So if we put this observer here, break that to get out here. Put that back. We need these here. This redstone has to be here because the pistons are on the other side of this wall, right? Yeah, so the pistons are right there. So this line of redstone has to be here, and then this needs to, yep, there we go. Like that. And then we need this one here. That. There. And now when these fire, we need to make sure that it lights up that. So I wonder actually, instead of changing our whole design here, we'll try something here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. There we go. How about that? Alright. There we go. We fixed it. So what I ended up doing is, instead of redoing this whole layer, so what you guys really need to do to avoid this issue, go 6 blocks up. You want to go an even number from that base layer. That way you're not having an issue like this. Because normally you would just have if you go an even number, you're going to have the observer right where this is, and you just put a dot on that, and that's going to detect it. So what I had to do is I deleted the observer that was here. There was an observer here. Delete that, and then just pop that block down, and then we can run it down there on that face. So now this should work. Let's test it again. So here, you guys can see some grow way quicker than others, and it's kind of frustrating. But that goes up. One more, and then it fires. Beautiful. Both sides, and then our minecart should be going around underneath, picking it all up. Now it's not going to pick up the stuff that lands on this here, but anything that lands down in there should grab. We'll see if when it goes around again. And there it goes. So now to prevent all that stuff from landing on the front, we're going to put our glass wall here. And just go all the way up. So I'll be right back once I get that done. Alright guys, we got all the glass up here. Let's set the time to day again so we can see. And then the last step is to just put some kind of block here. I would just recommend building a roof. Also, if your world happens to be like this one where it thunderstorms non-stop, probably don't use wood for the roof. Otherwise you'll burn your whole contraption to the ground. So use some kind of stone. Oh my goodness, like I said, it's ridiculous. Use some kind of stone, whether it's stone brick or prismarine or whatever. Something that can't burn. But yeah, we're just going to want to cover this all up. And the main block, you can leave the middle open here, that doesn't matter. The main thing you want to cover is the inside here. That way you're not popping any of that bamboo out. And I broke my glowstone. Alright guys, and we'll do it on the other side as well. Alright, and there's the fully functional bamboo farm. So you guys can see this one's a little bit taller than the other one. It's also got a lot more observers, so it should be a little bit more efficient. And you run all of those, all of the bamboo here should be collected by this minecart, and it's going to run all into those two chests there. Look at it on the inside, and you can decorate this on the inside however you want. Just make sure you're not walking over the train track, because you'll bounce your minecart around and you don't want to do that. You guys can see we've got some bamboo. We got 2 stacks in both chests, or a stack in each chest. And then you can run this into an auto smelter like that. So if I wanted to, I could literally run... I'll show you guys for an example here. Get rid of that really quick. We'll throw all of our bamboo into here. Now, because I placed that so far away, is not going to be efficient in the slightest. But what we can do is we can delete this. And we'll stop our minecart. And we're going to want it facing that way. Now that's not the correct direction. That's actually funny, it's just hopping the gap. So we'll face the hopper out like that. And then we can literally run this from all the way over here. This isn't efficient in the even slightest. If you were smart, you would just move your entire operation. By operation, I mean those 2 blast furnaces down here to the other end. But it's creative, so I'm just trying to prove a point here. You can literally move this across the map if you want, as long as this chunk stayed loaded for the bamboo to keep growing. Here. All right. So just to prove a point here, it's going to transport all that bamboo that we're growing over there now directly into these blast furnaces. So you can see we're out of bamboo here. So we're no longer smelting. It isn't a super efficient source of fuel, but it does, it's infinite. You sit here and you AFK and you're not paying attention, and guess what? You're cooking stuff. So let's throw, we'll see if we can click on our minecart here. We'll throw that in there. Oh, and it just harvested again. Beautiful. Our minecart's going around in circles. These down here are taking all of those, all the bamboo stalks out of that minecart. Very, very slowly. Oh, and the other thing we're going to want to do here is this one is not pulling into anything now. Alright, so the minecart's going around in circles, picking all that up, transporting all of our goodies, and as you guys can see, These are now burning. Now it's gonna try to fill up this the first one first, and then it'll anything that's left over it'll do to the other one. So ideally, how you'd want to run this, actually it won't ever go to that one because it's not connected. So ideally, you'd want to run this into this chest, and then that chest would pull those out. So you'd want to go this one block lower. But yeah, I mean, you can see it's keeping that guy full. Got a railroad track in there too. So that's an example of how you can connect something like this bamboo farm. Obviously, this is not efficient iron-wise in the slightest. Even if you had an iron farm, this is still very stupid to do it this way. Move that right here. Or put this on the outside of your base, and you know, run the minecart down into your base or something would be a lot more efficient. But this is just to kind of prove a point. Like, this is an infinite fuel source, no coal required, completely AFKable. Don't have to be anywhere near it, and it's tileable, so you can have multiple, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these units if you really wanted to. Although I find that my one of these produces more sugarcane than I can ever use. I use this sugarcane, I'm sorry, not sugarcane, bamboo. I use this for all of my cooking products. I've got an AFK fish farm. I cook all my fish with it. I cook all of my ores with it. I cook all of my sand if I need glass. I smelt everything. 100% bamboo. Alright? It's the way to go. For sure. It's the way to go. That's going to be it for this video, guys. If you liked what you saw, if you like my bamboo farm, go ahead and hit that like button. Smash subscribe if you guys want to see more videos and stuff like this. Also check out my Twitch. I go live when I'm screwing around trying to figure out how I'm going to build these weird contraptions in my survival world as well as in my creative world. Twitch.tv/Lobos121. And that's it for today's video. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Adios.